Hey guys, Advanced Net Gaming here, and welcome to the very first video on my channel. Now, you can consider this as the first video. Um, I guess you can consider the introduction as being the first video, but that was something quick and easy I wanted to make to my YouTube channel. Now, if you are probably thinking, you probably heard my voice before, and you're probably thinking, that it's like I have two channels, and the other one is just Tristan Houchins. I don't use that anymore. That is because it was completely unorganized, and I know I have a lot of subscribers. Like, well, not really a much, but 50 around there. And so I wanted to create another one called Advanced Net Gaming, and I will do the same thing, pretty much what I did on other channel, but this time I'm keeping it completely organized, and I want to do complete series and not just do 2 to 3 episodes and not work on it anymore, because it actually bothered me, because I'll get on my channel and I would see it unfinished series, and it actually just bothers me. So as you can probably see here, we're going to be working on animation, and I have a program called Autodesk 3ds Max 2015 student version. Now the student version is completely free. The download link will be down in the description. Go ahead and download it if you'd like to follow along, which hopefully you would be, because I mean, you wouldn't be watching this video if you don't want to know how to make animation. So of course we're going to start out with the basics, just kind of work with some modeling and rigging, and then also starting the animation of the character or model, whatever, which we're just going to simply go over the user interface we have here. If you just for beginners who don't know really what Autodesk 3ds Max is all about, or people who just doesn't even know how to use it. Now, I'm still curious myself, because I've been using pretty much 3ds Max 2014 for quite a while, and I kind of got used to it. And the 2015 version hasn't changed much. I mean, the only new thing they pretty much add was this here. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay, I know what it is. The hierarchy tab. It's pretty much where you can select, and just whatever you have inside the viewport here. So that's actually pretty neat. I've actually been wanting that in 2014. I was like, I wish this thing had a hierarchy tab, and they finally have it now. They probably already had it, but I just extra work, and I thought that you had to click like 5 different buttons just to get there, and I thought that was unnecessary. So I still made pretty good animations. I never really uploaded any of them to YouTube, simply because I think they wasn't good enough to be uploaded, and stuff like that. So hopefully in this channel I'll be doing not only gaming tutorials and also animations and stuff like that, because over the past couple of years I've been learning how to work with this software, create animations, and this software really actually helps. Now, for people who likes to use Blender and some other cheap program that you can download for free, honestly, you can probably make an animation, but probably nothing as good as you can make with this software. This software is for complete professionals and for students who are willing to learn how to make like really cool models and stuff like that. Now, the cool thing is this software isn't just for animation. You can also make just still images, which I do that most of the time as well. And actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, I created my channel art, which has the spaceships and the EVA suit, and then the space station and Earth in the background, and also the background of the stars, in the Advanced Net Gaming text. That was made in this program. I made it actually just not too long ago, and when I say that, I mean like 3 seconds ago. And then also made the profile picture with the Steve with red eyes and angel wings. That I thought that was pretty neat. The angel wings actually didn't turn out the way I expected. because I'm still actually learning learning as well, working with this. So let's go ahead and get started. I already wasted 5 minutes talking. So what you want to do is go ahead and create a new scene or new project. I mean, and we're pretty much just going to go over the user interface here. And so let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see here, here is our main grid here. Let me go ahead. If you just now downloaded it, this is what it's going to look like. You have the top wireframe, and then you have the front wireframe, and then you also have the left wireframe. And then you have the 3D viewport, which you have the realistic looking perspective here, which of course you can change it to shaded, consistent colors, edge faces, and so on. Most of the time, if we have to go to shaded, that means it's hard to see something that we need to get to. Consistent colors, doubt we're going to be using that very much. And then edged faces, probably won't be using that as well. We will be using wireframe, shaded, and maybe clay sometimes. Because the reason why we're going to use clay is because if we import something really big, it does tend to make the software lag a lot, and it actually makes it harder for the user to navigate around the 3D viewport and change or modify anything that they want. And then the wireframe just helps to select something for a character motion, for an example. For example, if you had a biped and you have a model and you can't reach the like the pelvis, you would go to wireframe, select the pelvis, and it will allow you to move the character fully without having to select all. Shaded, again, that's just to reach harder places. So what we're going to do is go ahead to full screen the perspective realistic 3D view, is make sure that it has a yellow outline, meaning that it's been selected. If you select another, you can tell. So go ahead and do that and press maximize viewport toggle. It's off the screen. I apologize for that. Go ahead and click that, and you can press the home button if you need to take you back. And we have our grid. You can also press G to get rid of it if it's annoying to some people. If it is annoying to some people, I do occasionally turn it off. And I will be going over shortcut keys along the way of these tutorials. And then down here we have the slider bar. This is the animation where you can just slide it and have an animation. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory here. And then we have auto key, set key, and then just the key button, which is set keys. I won't be going over much about that right now because we don't need it. But once we start making animations, we're going to be using a lot of that. And then over here we have, on to the right side, we have what you're going to start out like this. You have I like to call it the tools section. It has a variety of things that you can insert into the 3D viewport, and you can interact with it and then actually slide the bar if you're going to do a particle effect and see it live. In 2015 version, you can supposedly you can do a render setup, and it will render every millisecond, and it's kind of like live. So I thought that was pretty neat. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I've seen it in one of the introduction videos for the new version of this, and at the moment it's still 2014. So I'm working on learning how to do that. So here we have what's called the geometry under the create tab, and the create just allows you to create simple shapes, which is called standard primitives. You can create box, spheres, cylinders, torus, teapot, and just some random things and some handy things actually, if you're going to model something or make something. And then if you hit the drop down list, you get extended primitives, compound objects, particle systems, and so much stuff. You even got stairs for if you're making a house or something. I thought that's pretty neat. And then we got shapes, which these are 2D shapes. If you go to geometry, those are 3D shapes. You can make them 2D, but they're actually made for 3D. In 3D, you can do line, circle, arc, star, helix, egg, text, rectangle, eclipse, all this cool stuff. I said eclipse, I mean ellipse. And then we have lights. You got standard and you got photometric. Um, Most of the time you'll be using standard, so we won't have to worry about photometric. And then we have cameras. Um, we have helpers, space warps, and just systems where, as you can see, you have bones, sunlight, daylight, and biped. Which biped is a skeleton that allows you to move around. I'll go ahead and show you that. I don't see the problem in it. So as you can see, it is a skeleton. So then it kind of looks like a human body, but it's just a skeleton that you can put inside of a model. And you can move it however you like. You can move the hand. You can actually rotate the hand. So like, if you want him to wave, or he like, hello, how you doing today? So yeah, then you got the head. And we will go into rigging and modeling and all this cool stuff. Maybe um, probably really far in this series, just due to because of beginners. I don't like to start out just really fast and stuff. Up here, this is supposedly self-explanatory. You have the move, rotate, scale, and then you have the select object, and you have the select and link, and then unlink selection, which really comes in handy sometimes when you want something. If you want two objects to follow one object, you can do the linking tool. It actually comes in handy. And then you also have, it's actually off the screen. I don't even know how to do this. We can just do render. There's a button after this. This is render setup, which we won't go too far into this because once we start creating our project, we'll be messing with the settings and stuff to make your animation look as best as possible to the users. Because I had a friend says he doesn't really care about if it's HD or not. However, people now these days like it if they can see clearly, and I like to have my videos at least 720p. But the cool thing is, if you have a good enough monitor, you can actually set this up to be 1080p, which is really high def on YouTube. I think you can go higher, but that's really high and clear. So that's pretty much it for this. This is just getting prepared, learning how to use the software. I mean, some basic stuff. Once we actually start working on a project, I'll go into more details uh, along the way, doing all that stuff. So thank you guys. This has been Advanced Net Gaming Tutorials. Um, if you like this video and you want me to continue this series, go ahead and smack that like button for me. And if you'd like to keep updated with all my videos and my recent uploads, go ahead and smack that subscribe button for me as well. And I'll highly appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.